Hey guys, what is up? So today's video, we are gonna do a look that I did on my last video. If you haven't already checked that out, go check it out. And I was using the Jawbreaker palette, and I'm gonna be doing that today. I'm gonna be doing a all natural look. So if you wanna go ahead and watch this tutorial, stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is I can't zoom y'all in. So when I get to my eyes, I'm gonna just have to like get all up in the freaking video. But what I'm gonna do with this video is I'm going to go step by step on how I do my makeup. Now, I'm not a professional. I'm not anything anyway. This is just my opinion and my way that I do stuff. So anyways, let's just get into it. So the first product that I'm gonna be using is Master Prime from Maybelline. And I got this at Ulta and it was probably $5, I don't even know. But there is different ones, and I got the primer base hydrate and smooth because my skin is super duper dry. So I use this, and so I'm going ahead and it's not a silicone base, it's like a moisturizer. It's like lotion, you see? And that's how much I use. I mean, a lot of people's like, that's a lot, but it's gonna go, and I'm gonna put it all over my face. How's everybody's 4th of July going? I am really not doing anything today, so we'll see how it goes today. Might go get some wine or some other stuff, but other than that, we're doing something fun. So next, since I have my primer put on, I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation, and I am in this F7. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, I love this foundation. It's full coverage. I like it. So yeah, and all I do is I literally this dofa. Is that what they say? Dofa is so huge where you can just literally paint this all over your face. But what I do is I draw a V because I'm very freaking awesome. And then I draw a line here, an X there, and that's all I do. That's all I need on my face. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a damp beauty sponge and I'm going to blend this out. And so I'm gonna do this off camera just cause everybody knows how to put foundation on, but one step is like you have to be able to use you can use the bottom part for the face, and you want to dab. You don't want to swipe, you want to dab. So because if you swipe, it's gonna get into your pores, and it's not gonna look right, and it's gonna crease and then everything else. So remember, just dab and you'll be fine. Also, a next step with foundation, it's so hard trying to match your shade and match like the right color for you, right? So what I like to do is when I go to Ulta, I don't like buying foundations online just because the picture that you're looking at on your phone versus your computer is totally different. And I just don't feel comfortable buying foundation. Now, primers, concealers, that sort of stuff is okay to buy online just because you know what you're getting. I like to get a very, very pale concealer, and primer is primer. It's not gonna give you a tint unless you get a tinted primer. I don't know if they even make those. But anyways, I like to go to Ulta or Sephora or Walmart or whatever, and you can put it on your skin, and then you can also dab it on your neck just cause you can get it to match your skin. And like right here and here are 2 different shades. Like you can tell that this is the whitest part of your skin, and it's not. So, and plus if you self-tan, you wanna be able to, if you're going to self-tan, when you go buy your foundation, make sure you have your self-tan on you, just because you don't want to get a pale foundation, then get suntan or a fake tan, and your face looks like my nails and your body looks like a golden goddess. So that's one other step. That's another tip. Awesome. Now the concealer. I use Infallible Wear, Full Wear from L'Oreal Paris. I love this stuff, and I feel like it is a dupe for Shape Tape, but it's my opinion. But it really doesn't, like, it works for me, but it's just like, I think the powder that I use sucks because sometimes it, like, over here, it'll clamp up and it'll, like, wipe it off when I'm dabbing it on with my beauty sponge. And it probably could be that my beauty sponge is too wet. So that's another step. You don't want to get your beauty sponge too wet. You want to, like, squeeze it out and make sure that you're getting all the liquid, the water, out, so it'll be just a damp beauty sponge. Now, with the concealer, it has a pretty big dofa as well. I love it. And this is really, it is the shade in Eggshell 325. I love it, and it's really white, but I don't do the triangles. I don't know I don't like doing shapes. I'm not a math teacher. I'm just a girl. And so I literally just do that, and then a little bitty, and then put some here, and then there. And then also I use my sponge again to buff that out. And again, you are going to use the bottom part, the flat part of your beauty sponge, but when you get to those little bitty corners, you can use this. Now, you can use this for just doing whatever, but I like to use the bottom part just because it's a flatter surface, and it will, instead of putting it at one spot, it blends it all together. So I blended out all of my other regions, but I'm gonna show you how I do my eyes. Now, what I do with my eyes, again, the pointy part, and I am just dabbing it very, very lightly to blend it out, and I'm looking up as well just so I can get underneath my eye, because you don't want to have concealer on and none underneath your eye. And see, that's already doing that again. And you don't want to be too rough with it, just because, and see, you can see already that it's doing that. So if anybody knows a tip on how to get that to stop, please let a girl know. And then there we go with that one. There we go. You want to be light when you're applying this concealer, just because you don't want it to be too crazy. Now, somebody will be like, what the heck? Your concealer is so white. I love having a concealer that is basically white because I love to have that highlight part underneath my eyes to make those bags go away, girlfriend. Okay? So with the excess concealer, I just put it around my eyes. I usually use a eye primer, and it's from Younique, but today's video I didn't grab it from my bathroom, so I'm just going to use what I have. And so next, the product is going to be eyebrows. Now, a lot of people don't know how to do your eyebrows. Me, I don't know how to do eyebrows. I am not a person that likes to have them snatched to the gods. I like natural looking brows. So if you like natural looking brows, just keep watching, and then you will see a difference on, because like I'm blonde, and so I literally have no hairs whatsoever on my face, okay? And so with the spoolie, and this is the It Cosmetics brow power, and I love it. It's nice, and so yeah. And I work from like the middle part into the into the wing. Not the wing, the end. You see how that's natural looking? And then I just do with a light hand. Boom. And I actually have hair on my face. I've had this for a while now. My mom had like 3 of them, and I grabbed one, and my other sister did too. Not my twin, but I have another sister. But yeah. See, you know how the difference is? This eye does not have anything on it versus this one. And yeah, it looks kind of crazy, but that's how I like my brows to look, just because I don't like having a snatched brow. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is my eyeshadow, okay? So, and if it kind of like cut out some stuff, my camera fell down and I had to delete that video because it was like crazy. I like screamed like a little girl. But anyways, I don't know, the tip that I have for using this eyeshadow palette is that, one, there is pressed pigments in this palette. So that is meaning it's different than eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is where you can like just put it on your eye and blend it out and be ready to go. Pressed pigments are a little bit of work you've got to do. Like you got to put it on your brush, pack it in there, and you'll see me pack it on here when we get into the other shades. But these neutral shades, like they're eyeshadows. But like the reds, the blues, the dark colors, the greens and stuff like that, and the ones that stay in your eye, those are pressed pigments. And a lot of people don't know how to use them, and then they do a review on them, and then it's like, and then they're like, well, I don't really like this palette. You didn't really use it the right way. So I'm gonna be going in with Good Morning, and I'm packing this all over my lid. You're not gonna see this come up in my video just because it is pink, okay? So anyways, next with a Morphe M431 brush, and it is a tapered brush. I've used it a little bit, so it's like kind of weird, but it's like it's a point, and it's so nice for those creases. And I'm gonna be going in with Cone. I'm gonna go in with this cone, and it literally looks like a cone. And you're going to, I'm gonna try to get as close as possible to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And this is like a neutral shade, so it really is not gonna show up a lot. I'm just putting it there just because I'm trying to get just a base of, and I'm doing a windshield wiper motions just because I want to blend as I'm going. And you want to like close your eye while you're doing the crease. Well, I mean, you can open your eye and look down. Okay, beautiful. You can't really see it. So with this next same brush is I'm gonna go in with Tasty. And that was that darker brown shade. And I'm putting it inside of Cone. Again, using windshield wiper motions, and then I'm bringing it down to make like a dome for where we're gonna cut our crease. And this is like the most easiest eye look that I have ever done in my whole entire life. And so with a e.l.f. blending eye brush, and it looks like this. I've used it for 12 years. And I'm gonna go back in with Cone, just a little bit, and blend that out. Now with blending, you don't wanna be so harsh with it that you pick up all the product and then move it. But like, you want to be able to like, you want to be able to move it a little bit at a time instead of just going in. And make sure that your brush does not have any product on it. Like one time I learned the hard way and I was doing a natural look, and honey, I had like bright green on one of these brushes. And now you don't need to have 40 million brushes. Literally, I've only used 3 so far. You know, you don't have to have 12 million brushes to do one look. You don't. You can multitask with 3 or 4 brushes, okay? And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Tasty again. Just one little dab. And we're just gonna blend that baby out. And if you have hooded eyes like me, hooded eyes means that your eyelid goes in. Like, you see how that is? Like, usually if you have not hooded eyes, you can have more eyeshadow placements. So that's why when you have hooded eyes like me, you want to bring it up over that crease line just a little bit, just to see that. You see how it's different? And see how like it brings it out a little bit. So yeah, that's what we doing, okay? And also, don't worry about that first shade that we use, Cone. If you mess up, it is okay, because we're literally going to we were going to cover it up anyways with the darker shade anyways. And yeah, and so I just did the other eye off camera. So yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about cutting the crease, okay? Now, cutting your crease is so hard. I have not mastered it yet, but I like to think that I do. And so you're gonna grab your concealer, and that's why I grab a very, very light shade anyways, just because I know that I'm gonna cut my crease with it anyways. So I'm going to grab a flat brush, and I've already used this. You can already tell it has concealer on it. It is a very cheap brush. It's from Andre Laurent. I don't even know if they still exist. Oh God, there's a hair. Okay. And you wanna make sure that when you're coating your brush, you wanna get both sides of it. And so we're gonna go ahead and do this. And I'm gonna look and then that's what we're gonna do. And you wanna wait a little bit for it to dry before you open your eye, just because you don't want that to look like that. You don't want it to smear and in your crease, and then you've already messed up. And I'm only doing a half a cut crease just because I don't really like doing it all the way. And so now I'm gonna grab this flat brush from e.l.f. and I'm gonna give it a little spritz of Morphe setting spray. I look so weird with. And then I'm going to grab Jawbreaker. And you wanna make sure that you're coated, and you are going to apply that all over the concealer. And it's super white. I probably should have used Snack and just there we go. You can't really tell that it's there, but it's there. And then with the same brush that you use, and you're gonna go in with Tasty. And you're going to blend that on top, just ever so lightly. Okay, and then you're going to use that same defined brush that we used from Morphe. Again, we're going in with Tasty, and you are going to take it and pack it on that crease. I mean, not that crease, the line. You see how it like blended out a little bit? And then I like to go I like to go straight on top of it. And see how like it like did it? Like heck yes. And then we're gonna take this big fluffy brush and we are blended out to the gods. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish this eye and come back to you, and then we'll talk a little bit more about whatever I used, okay? Okay guys, so this is the final look, and I said it is a natural look. It is a natural look. I didn't put any lashes on just because it is a natural look, and when I'm going for natural, I don't really like putting lashes on. Plus, I just started using them, so I'm like, so I will walk you through on what the steps I done off camera so you can know what's going on. So I used the Younique Moodstruck pencil in black for my eyeliner. I used the JEFFREE Star Cosmetics in the shade Sarcophagus. This is a highlighter that is on my cheekbones, my nose, and my cupid's bow. And then I used, I did the rest of that on there, and I did that earlier. And then my mascara, I used a waterproof mascara from Younique. I love it. And I also smoked out the bottom lash line of my stuff. And then I also finished it off with some setting spray. Then I put some bronzer and blush on. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did like it, throw a comment down below. What was your favorite part of the video? And don't forget to subscribe. And I hope that this video was super helpful, and if you have any more questions about makeup, do not hesitate to ask me. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I will leave those handles down below. And also, I'm going to start doing a giveaway once I hit 50 subscribers on this channel. So let your mom know, let your friends know, let your friends know. Just let everybody know that I will be doing a giveaway very, very soon. Bye-bye.